What is this crazy man doing? All right, so recently we've noticed that the paint on Ventana, which is a darker blue hull, has started to get really white and streaky.
It's oxidation.
It's called oxidation, and it happens most noticeably in darker hull boats, but it's gonna happen on your white hulled boat as well. You just won't see it as much. So I'm not sure if this camera is gonna be able to pick it up real well, but you can see here that this is very white, and there's like streaks going down it. It really isn't looking very pretty. So we've figured out a way to save our dark hulled boat and not need to repaint it with basically some simple cleaning products, rubbing compound, and a buffer. Yeah. So the first step show you here what we use is we use a soft bristled brush and some on and off hull and bottom cleaner to take all the salt that's built up on the hull off. We use fresh water from our water tanks, and we wash the whole thing down, all of the top sides. And that takes off all the salt buildup, any wax buildup, any of that stuff that's on there. And then this 3M marine compound and finishing material, fast cut, swirl free, high gloss finish, easy cleanup. We put that on the hull, and then we use our buffer polisher, which I think costs like, I don't know, less than $50. And we polish the sides, and it takes it to this extreme, shiny, glossy finish, almost like it was when it was brand new. This stuff works the best, but we're running really low on this stuff. So Nestor is using another 3M product, very similar, rubbing compound. So Nestor is applying the rubbing compound. You just want to put a light coat all over the area that you're polishing with, we like these microfiber cloths. I think they work the best. You're going to want to do this in a quiet bay where the waves aren't hitting.
Water, not a lot of people do this in the water.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, easiest would be when you're hauled out to do the bottom or whatever, and you have a little scaffolding and you can move it around and polish the boat on a hard surface. Awesome. But a lot of people aren't hauled out, and this makes no sense. You want to make sure that your polisher is always moving. You don't want to stay in one spot for too long because you can burn the paint. And yeah, you just kind of go at it until it's nice and shiny. If it's still looking white and cloudy, hit it again. This is just like a simple Black & Decker polisher. It's got a speed control on it. We've got it turned like almost all the way up. It's at like 5.5. Normally we do this like once a year. So we're here on a nice quiet dock in a really quiet bay. Getting salt water on it while you are polishing is going to cause problems. The salt will scratch it and leave a residue behind, so you want to make sure that you're somewhere quiet. Most often this would be done out of the water, but like I said, sometimes you're not pulled out of the water and your hull needs to be polished, and it's really not that difficult to do if you have two people. One person holds on to the rail and, you know, steadies the dinghy so the other person can polish, and it works out. You ready to get back to work?
You know why the oxidation happened?
I don't, Nestor. Why don't you explain?
It's because the pores of the paint open up.
As it dries out?
As it dries out.
And gets eaten a little bit by the sun?
And the sun
that
takes,
first layer?
And the sun takes the shine out of it. This is crazy person technique right here. to do it in the water. I don't know a lot of people that do it in the water.
How long has it taken us? It took us like maybe 2 hours on one side, and
this one's been way faster. A main thing for doing this is having one of those.
You're going to want to be extremely cautious with your extension cord. We have done this where we're on a mooring or at anchor, and we have the generator on the boat, and you just want to make sure, obviously, that you're always really aware of where that extension cord is and it's not falling off the dinghy into the water. Right now we have it on the dock. Still, same thing. We just want to make sure that it stays really safe and dry and no one gets electrocuted. Alright, so this is when you realize he's really a crazy person. Now we've got the whole boat polished, and Nestor's got some quick wax, marine wax, that he's just wiping everything down with, which will help to keep the shine, make it easier to clean the next few times that we clean it. What do you think, Nestor? Looks pretty good.
Good for a 6-year-old paint.
So this is just a really great, fairly quick, fairly inexpensive way to save your paint job. If you do this like once a year and seal up your paint, it's gonna last a lot longer than if you just continue to let it oxidize. And like Nestor said, we are on, I think, year 6 of this paint job, and it's looking pretty good. She's still real shiny and beautiful, but Nestor puts a lot of hard work into maintaining the hard work that he did painting her. Here we go.
Post it on Instagram. Like, this is how you clean your boat.
This is how you clean your boat. Woo! It's a good day for a sail. We're gonna take this boat sailing soon. I was just thinking about the fact that we also just used that same technique, the polisher and the rubbing compound, to fix up our extremely oxidized plastic windows. These are, I think, 1/4 inch. Nestor, how thick are our windows? 3/8. So they're 3/8 Lexan, and we replaced them probably 7 years ago or something like that. So they were really oxidized and cloudy, and we could barely even see through them. And I took the rubbing compound and the polisher and went at it with them and managed to bring them back to like almost crystal clear. They're way better than they were. So it comes in handy for lots of sunburnt oxidation.
Oh wow, that looks good.
It's crazy how the color changes, right?
Yeah, it's a lot darker. Gets more depth. Look at that shine. Yeah. Hard work and dedication, just like everything.
Oh my goodness, look at those shiny sides.